It appears that history repeats itself, as once again we're in another point in time where FouseyTube is having a manic episode and destroying everything he tried building up for the past couple of years. Now, for those of you that don't know who FouseyTube is, he used to be an old school prankster on YouTube, social experiments, that later proven to be fake, and he was involved with a lot of controversies where he would, get exposed for faking pranks, homelessness, kicking out people from his events, and also the most infamous one, July 15th, where Fousey was manic in this time period and decided to invest a lot of money in a concert venue that supposedly had Drake and a bunch of other celebrities, and the event was for free, only to find out that Drake was never supposed to show up at the event, and FouseyTube was completely manic. And while in this manic episode, he was promising to give a lot of people careers and pay for their colleges and that kind of thing, where ultimately it ended up with FouseyTube leaving the internet permanently. Now, Fousey did eventually come back, where he got into boxing, where he not only participated in some of the fights, but he also did some great coverage, which eventually led to him forming a company with Keemstar called Happy Punch. And that's pretty much up to date. Now, FouseyTube decides to get back into live streaming. Now, he has done this before, where he had live streamed himself playing Fortnite, but this time around he's taking the Ice Poseidon approach, where he's going around doing IRL shit. And he has people like Nadia, Amrath, and other people sort of helping him along the way. And from my understanding, they're pretty fun and entertaining and successful. He would gain tons of donations, subs. A lot of people were enjoying it. There were moments that even be on Twitter that stood out, like this.
Because there's beauty in the struggle, nigga. There's beauty in the struggle, nigga.
However, with FouseyTube, it always seems that no matter how good he is at something or how successful he is, it always goes downhill from there. And look no further, as one faithful encounter at the airport had changed everything. While waiting for his flight, Fousey encountered a woman at the airport who was having a couple drinks, and Fousey himself decided to chat it up with her, and for the most part it seemed like a friendly conversation. Soon, FouseyTube leaves for a couple minutes, later comes back exhausted and excited, while the woman comes back all happy. After this, Fousey gives her some money, he hugs, and leaves. However, he starts breaking down in tears after she leaves. Why is that, you might be wondering? How do I put this? The woman was sex trafficked when she was younger. And Fousey also admits it in that same stream that he used to support this because he used to be a sex addict and he would have sex with prostitutes. So, you can see why a lot of people are not happy about this. However, furthermore, in that same live stream, he kept saying that he didn't do anything with her, that he never had any sexual intercourse or interaction with the woman, yet FouseyTube was gone for a very long time, and there's photos like this roaming around.
Oh, a friend of mine tried to say today that I wasn't sober. It was so hurtful.
You've been sober until that thing in the airport, I know that. Right?
Love you, Susie.
Yeah, I love you.
Bye.
I'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Now, shortly after this incident, he went on to Bradley Martin's podcast, where not only he kind of talked about his whole live streaming business, but he also revealed to everyone that he had actually left Happy Punch, that he's no longer a co-owner, and that he only owns 5%. This finally causes Keemstar to respond and call out Fousey, and tells him that he needs to stop lying about not only Happy Punch and how that ended, but also he needs to stop telling people that he didn't bang that girl when it's pretty obvious that he did. He also brings up the fact that in between that time frame, Keemstar was getting messages from both his fans and people close to him to check up on Fousey. Keem calls Fousey, and Fousey tells Keemstar that yes, I did bang a girl at the airport. And when later confronted with this, Fousey denies ever admitting that to Keemstar and swears on his mother that he never had any interaction with that woman, even though with this screenshot right here and all the evidence proven otherwise. Now, FouseyTube and Keemstar do end up finally confronting each other in a Twitter space, and I gotta say, this Twitter space is definitely one of the craziest, because we see Fousey go absolutely crazy on Keem and practically everyone, as he's screaming at the top of his lungs, saying the most ludicrous shit, Obviously, the guy's in a manic state episode, or he's not in the right set of mind.
Once on this phone call have you said, I'm sorry, Yusuf. I'm sorry for the emotional trauma I put you through. I'm sorry
I'm
for
not.
making you want to
I
kill
ran a
yourself.
show called Drama, and you did a lot of fraudulent bad stuff, and you got called out for bad behavior.
Go fuck yourself, dog. That's why you never cancel the people who are friends with you who do far more worse shit.
You
than
were my
faking a
friend. We
fucking
still
friend.
ran the story about the girl in the airport.
Now, I gotta be honest, this Twitter space was not only chaotic,
The documentary, July 15th, Fousey Tube, was your idea. You asked me to come down and film it and record July 15th and
You
make a
asked
documentary.
me. You asked me.
That
You
was your
asked me
idea.
for permission.
I said, absolutely, I'll fucking film a documentary about July 15th.
Dumbass, you asked me.
and funny with moments like this.
You made one song called Dollar in the Woods. And first of all, my dog that died that I buried in the woods was named Dollar. So go fuck yourself, first off.
Fousey Tube got banned after being accused of taking advantage of that girl. It doesn't say
What
that
the
you got
fuck does
banned
that
for
say
that.
in context, Scheme? You're such a manipulator. What does that say?
Well, nobody knows why anyone gets banned on Twitch, Fousey. No one
Well,
knows.
because you could have fucking asked me.
Well, I mean, I don't know why that's such a big deal. I think the bigger deal was that
Keith,
you did
it's
that
not
to
a
the
big
girl in the
deal.
airport.
People think I sexually assaulted a woman. You fucking bitch.
But there was definitely a lot of moments in this Twitter space that made you uncomfortable, at least for me anyways, when Fousey would say shit like this.
All I have to do is this. I'm running this shit by myself. And I started off with a fucking promise from you that you didn't keep. You were supposed to be my partner. You were supposed to grind. We were supposed to do this together. And yes, it was your fucking idea. But you left me to run the shit all by myself. Subject,
You've ruined
Fousey.
people's lives your entire career. You fucking killed Etika and never even apologized.
Not
Whoa,
true.
that's T-Far,
That's
bro.
fucked
Whoa,
up.
come on,
That's
Fousey.
You
fucked
know
up,
that's
bro.
not true. Me and you have talked about that privately. You actually know the truth. The fact that you
I
said
know the
that
truth,
is
but you know
wild.
what? You know what? When I was suicidal in a video game this year, and I was going to drive to the bridge and jump off, guess what? You were part of that reason. And guess what else? I was never going to tell everybody in my final Instagram live that it was you. People in pain that are hurting don't like to put others down when they're about to take their life, dog.
Now, I will leave a link in the description below to hear the full Twitter space, but the whole gist is that Fousey reveals that the only reason why he was friends with Keemstar and started Happy Punch was because he was afraid of Keemstar. He was afraid of getting cancelled again because he made him suicidal back in 2018. So we actually learned in this Twitter space that FouseyTube had actually left Happy Punch and only had 5% of the company. But this was due to the fact that FouseyTube didn't do anything for the company for a whole year, and he was really the only one getting paid. While Keem, on the other hand, was losing money, and he was doing all the work, so it didn't really make sense for FouseyTube to continue being in Happy Punch. So since FouseyTube left Happy Punch, he made his own company, G7, hence why throughout this whole Twitter space he says that G7 doesn't mess with Keemstar, or doesn't fuck with him. Which, if you remember his last Manic episode back in 2018, where he went on this spree of promising people careers and giving them their dream jobs, yeah, don't expect G7 to take off, because since he managed Happy Punch so well. So yeah, overall this Twitter space was a complete shit show, and honestly, I don't think Keemstar would want to do anything with FouseyTube, at least on a personal level, maybe business level, but I highly doubt it, especially with what happens after, and the many shitty things that FouseyTube does. So obviously after this Twitter space, a lot of people saw FouseyTube in a new light, and it really gave flashbacks to a lot of people as well to how he was back in 2018 and even 2016. As FouseyTube became more unhinged on his streams. There was moments where he would shit talk a lot of the creators that he worked with, or even guest, and especially he got banned off of Twitch eventually for this. Look at this. Look how unhinged he looks. I would not trust this guy anywhere near a car at all. I've never seen someone this crazy over a couple of songs. I feel more bad for the poor dog than him, honestly. So because of the way Fousey was acting on the road, that was enough for Twitch to suspend him for a couple of days. And eventually he jumped over to Kick, and supposedly he got a deal, but we'll talk a little bit about that. But he started streaming on Kick, and was in Las Vegas, and this is how it went.
What? Okay, somebody leave me. Look what's happening right now. This guy's trying to go viral off my name. Get the fuck away!
Oh my god.
He should have stepped in and protected me. What the fuck? He's trying to go viral off my name. He's asking me about July 15th and Keem. What the fuck? Nobody does shit, man. You gotta help protect my image. I'm bad. I'm like Kanye. I lose my mind. I need people around me to protect my image. How the fuck do you guys not understand that? I have mental problems. I need help. God! Stay here with Kitty. I'll be right back. Yeah. Me and Ross have to have a really important talk of what happened. What's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong?
Oh, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Hey, Peter. What did I just say in there? You let me leave. This is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, no.
I thought you left to get the aux cord.
No, you guys.
Fuck all.
Oh, and by the way, for his assistant, he eventually ends up firing her on a live stream because she calls him an emotional abuser, which, yeah, I don't blame her, because throughout this whole trip, and even before it, Fousey's been acting unhinged, and the whole time he's been saying that it's because he's, having a manic episode, or that he's not well, when really, you're just using that as a fucking excuse for your shitty behavior. And it's fucking disgusting, which is why I'm not playing the audio for this one, because honestly, it's kind of heartbreaking and sad to see this whole thing turn out. However, karma does get back at him, because Fousey actually ends up getting kicked from the hotel because supposedly he had broken a lot of the rules, which was acting crazy in the whole lobby and filming in the casino, which I actually didn't know that was a thing. But Fousey had basically violated a lot of the rules, and on the way out, you guessed it, Fousey was acting like a complete asshole to employees and security who are just doing their fucking job.
Fuck you and your hotel, dog. Fuck you and your hotel. They're kicking us out. So disrespectful. I said, punch me right now. I'll record you. Punch me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? 8 security? Huh? What? I don't listen? I was paying my bill, dog. Y'all were disrespectful as shit. Look what they're doing. See? They were literally so aggressive. Look at them. Y'all are about to get exposed. You're about to get exposed.
Oh, and while he's getting kicked out, by the way, Fousey's trying to encourage his fans to attack the hotel by tagging them on Twitter and saying how horrible they are and that nobody should use this hotel. When in reality, Fousey, I think the problem was you. You've been acting like a jackass the entire time, and I think the hotel just had enough of your shit. Oh, and remember that kick deal I was talking about earlier? Well, during one of the live streams, he gets a phone call from them and tells them that the deal's off, and it's fucking hilarious seeing his whole reaction.
Yo. I mean, what do they want us to do?
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
They want some action or what? Action only fans.
Say wallah.
Yo, they hate it, bro.
Are they really?
Calling us leeches.
Really?
Leeches. Bro.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yo. It's great. Welcome to the internet, bro.
Yeah.
My heart just dropped.
Like,
I'm driving home.
Jackson, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. I feel like, in the real
Is it
world,
official? Like 100% official?
You feel like the energy when it's like genuine and stuff like that,
Yeah, when you're a streamer, you read the chat, you know when it's kind of like genuine or not.
I was having such a good day, man. I was having such a good day.
Yeah, you gotta look people in the eyes too. You talk, you see it like the eyes tell you.
The eyes speak the truth.
And yeah, that's what Fousey's been doing as of recent, and as you couldn't tell from the video, I don't like Fousey, alright? I don't. I wasn't a big fan of him before. I did, start to like him during the whole boxing shit, but as of right now, no, I will probably never be a fan. I'll never support Fousey, and I don't think anyone should. Honestly, fuck Fousey. How many times has this guy been given a chance, or how many times has this guy fucked up and come back as a new person? This is just unexcusable, honestly. The way he's acting now and the way he treats the people around him, it's just disgusting. And honestly, if this guy has another mental breakdown and says that he's gonna leave the internet for a while. I hope it stays permanent, because honestly, I hope Fousey never comes back if he ever leaves the internet. But anyway, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other social medias. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. And with that being said, I am out.